Yeah, we feel good, honestly. I thought the coaches have really grinded. We were prepared. We started doing a little bit of prep before, but then, obviously you got to prepare for the injuries and who's going to be suiting and that sort of thing. So we weren't banged up too bad, so we'll look relatively the same. As far as the preparation, like I said earlier in the week, there's always that fine line between preparation and trying to keep them as fresh as possible, and both are equally as important.
I'm going to be talking to James later. Just what has he brought so far to this offense so far since being here in the last few weeks?
Well, I think his play on the field it speaks for itself. He runs hard. He can block. He's a complete back. Reminds me a lot of C.J. Gable when he was here. He's just, their running styles aren't exactly the same, but you know what I'm talking about as a complete back. I think what's impressed me the most is you heard a lot of great things about him, his character, his work ethic, and all you can go off is word of mouth. And then when I've seen it since training camp, it's been second to none. Attitude is fantastic. He's a great teammate. He comes to work every day, and this isn't something that he takes for granted.
Thank you.
What's the biggest challenge of a short week? Is it the physicalness? Is it the mental stuff that you have to deal with, or is there something else?
Well, I think it's a combination, to be honest with you, Rick. You have to know your football team. Every year, every points in the year is different. So you have to put a lot of onus on the players. They're going to have to watch additional film. They're going to have to do those things. You don't want to overload them. As the saying goes, you want to maybe carry over some of the things that you did last week, maybe some of the stuff you didn't use, but all of it's not applicable to the game plan or the best game plan you can put together for beating Edmonton, right? Even though there be plays on your playlist that you hadn't used. So I think there's that balancing act, and it's not really that tough. It's just you don't know what the response is going to be until actual game day.
I know you don't comment on other teams, but they haven't won a home game in 19 tries. Could be 20 on Thursday. Is there a minuscule part of you that you don't want to be the team that allows them to break that record?
Honestly, the quick answer is no. They could be 5-0. And we'd be trying to break their winning streak. Right. They could be 2-3, and we'd be trying to make them 2-4. So whatever it is, and whatever streaks are going on over there, that's great. The questions come up. Don't mind fielding those questions, but really has no bearing on our preparation. And I know you said minuscule, but really it hasn't factored in. Haven't made no mention of it to our football team, staff, or anybody else.
4 of the 6 CFL experts, so-called experts, are picking Edmonton to win. Does that matter at all? No, that's fine. They can pick the other team all year. It really, that stuff, this is part of sports entertainment. Those are questions that you're going to field. Welcome those, and, so they're the experts. 2 of them picked you guys, so. Bo Levi Mitchell,
I thought they all picked it.
What's the update on Bo? How's he doing?
Bo's doing well. He's progressing, and like I said, once things are in his control, there's just certain parts of the body in our rehab process here that you're just going to take time. And like I always say, with time, you can't speed it up, you can't slow it down, you can't buy any more of it. So there's not going to be any hurry there. There's, Bo is going to be ready when he's ready.
In saying that, how do you think Matt is carrying the torch here?
I think Matt's doing a great job. Yeah, you can point to isolated incidents where, maybe take a couple throws back, or him and receivers maybe be on the same page. But I thought he's done a great job of moving the sticks and getting first downs in some key situations. The goal there obviously is we want to walk away with 6 and not 3 all the time. But I think Matt, like I said earlier in the week, he's been a pro. Nothing's really changed. There's nothing that I can say that is going to be new or astonishing or anything like that, because that's how he's prepared since I've known him here in this building.
Regarding the red zone offense, is that just a mental stumbling block? The plays look to be there. The talent is on the field. How do you score those 6s instead of those 3s?
Yeah, football always comes down to execution. It's that clean. You address the points. You address the elephant in the room. You don't dwell on it. You address it. You coach it hard. You put in the necessary adjustments and tweaks. You have a conversation about it, and then they call the play, and the players go execute.
Last one for me. Because it's a short week, do you bring an extra guy at a certain position group?
Yeah, we always travel a couple extra, and that's mainly just for the things that you can't control, i.e. somebody may get the flu, they may wake up and something could go wrong. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like I always say, they're going to kick the ball off anyway, and like every time, we'll be ready.